up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your we're just doing some trending topics right now. I've been on Twitter all morning. You live in because you want people to trust you as leaders and you have no direction. No direction. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just online right now. I was talking to Jamil, because she had so much mouth yesterday when she was talking about Kim Kardashian and said we didn't need to hear her thoughts. Like, we don't need to hear your thoughts when you sitting on the judges panel at Legendary. At Legendary. Jamil, what is your connection to the ballroom culture? Huh? Why are you on a judging panel for a show about ballroom culture? No connection to the ballroom culture. Why are you here? Why do we need to hear your opinions and judgments on a culture that you don't belong to? See how that works? See how that works? Jamil. I don't know why, because maybe because I don't particularly care for Jamil, and I'll just say it. But when she said we don't need to hear your thoughts to Kim Kardashian, I immediately thought, like, you running your mouth and you want to show that you don't have no cultural connection to. So shut the fuck up. Quiet. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. I just had to get Jamil together because she was down on the internet telling Kim Kardashian that we didn't need to hear her thoughts about anything. Like, we don't need to hear your judgments on ballroom culture, and you have no direct connection to it. So I just wanted to say that before we get into the news. All right. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. All right. So I'm just gonna go. We're just gonna go through them. It's no direction here. We're just gonna go through them. I think I might need to change my glasses. Is this okay? Is it annoying? This is so much better. Oh my God, my eye. I got something in my eye. Hello, everyone. Is it too bright? Maybe it's too bright. Is it too bright? You had to cuss Jamil's ass out real quick, bitch. Let me remind you. Talking about they wouldn't be where they are if they didn't have Photoshop. No, bitch. They wouldn't be where they were if there weren't no black women. Let's talk about that, Jameela. You want to talk about that? Let's use that take. Girl. All right, first things first. Kim Kardashian says she'll never say anything negative about the father of my children while addressing if the divorce drama will play out on the reality television series. This is from the Jasmine brand. It says, it looks like Kim Kardashian will continue to take the high road when it comes to her ex-husband, Kanye West. Kim Kardashian, 41, has been in the headlines a lot recently due to the drama surrounding her divorce from Kanye West, 44. The heartless rapper has been very vocal about his ill feelings towards their marriage and ending, and disliking Kim Kardashian's new boyfriend, SNL star Pete Davidson, 28. Despite Kanye frequently sharing his thoughts about their divorce, Kim Kardashian has mostly remained tight-lipped in public. That's what they should say. About their separation. Everybody has seen Kim's behavior from the very beginning. So let's understand that she just may not be public with the things that she's saying about Kanye. She's not letting us know how she feels about Kanye. Kim was asked if fans can expect to see her open up more about their divorce from Kanye and their family's upcoming Hulu series, The Kardashians. She said, you know what? I share a lot of myself, but as far as any details, I think you might see my family just concerned with me. I'm always really respectful for what the kids will see. The reality is we're always family. We always will have a love and respect for each other. And even if there's moments where it might not seem like it, there are so many moments that are super positive. Kim continued, the thing is, I just believe in being positive and speaking highly. I would never say anything negative about the father of my children. I think we both ultimately want the same goals. I will, as of now, and hopefully always take the high road. That's something that I really despise, is that women, when they are being terrorized by a man for whatever reason, you feel as though you need to be the bigger person. Fuck that. He can get on the internet and talk shit and say what he has to say and act like he's decapitating somebody. You can say something too. Actually, everybody would be like shocked if she said something negative towards him. But do you know what? If she did, you know how many black women, especially black women, would come out against her? They already don't like her. But when you start speaking ill of black men, there are some black women who have a Pavlovian response, and they will jump up to protect to protect to protect his image. So maybe that's a good thing that she doesn't say anything, because I'm not one that is like, oh, let's take the high road. No, no, no. And women do themselves such a disservice when they do that. It's like you allow this person to completely terrorize you, and you're just sitting there like, I'm the bigger person. I'm the bigger person. Did you see I did that, Paul? I'm the bigger person. And where does that get you? That, I don't know. I mean, it does make him look kind of crazy because she's doing all this stuff and she's not saying anything. But girl, I'm that bigger person shit. I'm not with that. So Kim, I guess, do you want a star or a sticker or gold sticker or something for being the bigger person? Because it's crazy because he's not being the bigger person. He's not acting like the bigger person. He doesn't have the same respect for you that you have for him. And you're respecting him because the kids might see. But the kids are watching him too. So you want to, at the end of the day, you're doing it so that when it's all said and done, you can come back and say, I didn't do anything. That was all your father. I know what it is. I know the drill, girl. Everybody knows that tactic. I'm going to be the bigger person and let you look a fool. Okay. The Real to be canceled. Exclusive. Another favorite daytime talk show is Getting the Axe. The Jasmine brand exclusively reports that The Real is allegedly getting, how's it exclusive and alleged? Okay. The Real is allegedly getting canceled. Insiders tell us that the show, which has been on for 8 seasons, will be ending soon. What are your thoughts about that? I think it's time. I actually think they shouldn't get rid of The Real. I think they should actually get rid of Jeannie Mae Jenkins. Get rid of Jeannie Mae Jenkins and the Cheetah Gal and bring in Nene Leakes and someone else. And then someone else. I think, and then you can call it The Real Real, okay? The Real, like that site. Yeah, so I don't know what to say. I really never watched The Real. I felt like The Real was it wasn't The Real. I felt like they were women sitting around talking about pontificating on Mademoiselle articles and Cosmopolitan inserts. It was not nothing. I don't know. They tried to, like when Amanda Seales came on, they really tried to change the direction and make it a little bit more serious. But I think at the end of the day, The Real was a show about these safe women of color talking about things that aren't really affecting women of color. Let's just kind of ignore that and act like we're just like Skittles and unicorns. And what's in the latest issue of Cosmopolitan? Let's talk about an article from there. You know what I mean? That's what The Real gave me. It wasn't real at all. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. See you later, I guess. I'm not sure. All right. Okay, what was this? Jussie Smollett sentenced to 150 days in jail for faking a hate crime. So I want to know, because I feel like the people who call the cops on like black people, I feel like those should be considered hate crimes, being that you understand the relationship between the historical relationship between law enforcement and black people. And when people weaponize the cops and call them on black people, I feel like that should be considered a hate crime, because your intent is to create a hostile environment between the cop and the black person, because the relationship. I feel like every single time a person calls a cop on a black person, I think, do they call it the Karen Act? They call it something else, because it went in, there was something that was sent through when that woman Cooper from the Central Park, when she called the cops and said, and weaponized that man's blackness, and then he turned around and forgave her and was the bigger person. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Jussie Smollett sentenced to 150 days for faking a hate crime. I'm not suicidal.
Okay, I'm not suicidal. Okay, I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years, and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you, and I respect the jury, but I did not do this, and I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself, and you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not suicidal. Okay. I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal. And I am innocent. I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
Wow.
I am not suicidal.
That's crazy. He got his fists raised, honey. Let me tell you something, Jussie. The bottom line is this, and I'm just going to say it. You lied. I would like to know the motivation. You lied. You staged a hate crime. Everything came out. The community, the taxpayers' dollars were used to investigate this fake hate crime. And you weaponized your blackness, you weaponized your sexuality in order to get people on board with it. So you are going to have to suffer the natural consequences. While I do believe that it is a little extreme for him to have to do jail time, because like I said, hate crimes, I feel like, especially like against Black people using the cops, that's one thing that just keeps popping up into my head, because I think that is a hate crime. And those people who do that, like, will automatically jump on the phone for cops, and it's not a real threat. There is no real threat. I feel like they should be fined, and if jail time goes along with that, then that's fine. A week, 3 days, I don't know, a weekend or something. But 150 days in jail is what? Let's see, 183 days is 6 months. So 5 months, right? So he is going to go in jail for 5 months because he lied. And it's like, is it considered a nonviolent crime? Nobody was harmed. He was the one who acted like he was harmed. But the truth is, you lied. Raising the black fist, saying that you're the gay Tupac and all this other stuff. Jussie, there was some reports that the judge called him narcissistic. But at the end of the day, I would like to know why he did this. What was the motivation? I hope it wasn't to get a better spot on Empire, because Empire was already on its way out. So I'm not quite sure what the motivation was behind, committing this hate crime, right? It's my other glasses in my other phone case. But, and my little lip gloss, I need to put some on. But yeah, that's how I feel. What do y'all think? The thing that keeps, I know there's other hate crimes, but the thing that keeps popping in my head is some kind of penalty to be connected or assigned to calling the cops on a Black person when there's truly no real threat. And they're just using it because they understand the relationship. Jussie, he's going to jail. He's going to serve time in prison for faking a hate crime. The Chicago judge on March 10th sentenced Jussie Smollett to 6 months in prison and ordered him to pay a $120,000 restitution and a $25,000 fine. The judge said the extreme premeditation was an aggravating factor in his decision. The actor is facing up to 3 years in prison after being found guilty of faking an attack on himself. What do y'all think about Jussie? Juicy. So he's going to be in prison. He'll have a story to tell. Maybe he'll maybe he'll make a little, documentary about his time in prison and what he had to think about while he was there, because it might, for some people, I mean, the jail system is supposed to be for rehabilitation. We know that it's not. We know that it is um, basically a sweatshop. But sometimes people go into prison and they have time to think, and because they're spending a lot of time with themselves, they are cut off from the outside world, and it's a time for solitude. You're in solitude. So maybe this will actually be beneficial for him. I know when we hear jail, we are, automatically think about all the awful things that happen in jail, but there are some people who are in jail who actually never come in contact with that violent element. They're doing their time, minding their business, going to eat, coming back, not getting involved in the community. And they do their time and they come out, and they come out better people. Very rarely, but there are, right? There are these instances where you hear people say, I took time to think. I took time to read. I took time to do these things. Let me take you out of society. Like, if we really use the prison system to rehabilitate people, but we know that that is not even the goal. That's not even the objective. That's nothing. It has nothing to do with rehabilitation. It's just like grab people, put them away, make some money off of them, have them do some cheap labor. Don't feed them well. Just really treat them like animals, and then wonder why they start behaving like animals. It's all intentional at the end of the day. But I think 150 days is excessive for me. I feel like the fines would have been just fine. Maybe a week, in jail, because you did use taxpayers' dollars to investigate something that wasn't real. And I know that Chicago is not big on solving crimes and stuff like that, which was odd because they spent so much time trying to solve this crime due to his public image. That's what they did, because there are crimes in Chicago that will never be solved and are not being investigated. And, for them to spend all their resources on this hate crime, quote unquote hate crime, which at the very beginning everybody was like, that's kind of weird. Like, the story was just weird off the bat. So 150 days is a lot to me, but you lied, and that's it. Y'all tell me what you think about it. This is also from the Jasmine brand. Florida legislature passes Stop Woke Act that would prohibit discussions on race at school and work. Certain Floridians could be limited in the future in how they talk about race. Florida lawmakers have reportedly passed a bill to limit discussions on race at school and in the workplace. So why don't we if we don't want to talk about race, why don't we start taking off race off of applications and stuff like that? If we want to eliminate the discussion of race, what is this? Hold on, sorry. Something on my screen. If we want to eliminate the discussions of race, let's eliminate it altogether. Take it off the census. Take it off the job applications. Take it off of student loan applications. Take it off. Take it all the way off if you don't want to talk about it. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's just erase the social construct of race and see where white folks end up. Let's remove it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Stupid. And all of a sudden, Stop Woke Act. What does that mean? Like I said on Twitter yesterday, everybody seems to understand what this means, but doesn't understand the slogan, defund the police. Everybody's so confused as to what that means. Oh my God, what do you mean? What does that mean? What do you mean? But everybody understands this Stop Woke Act. The bill, in layman's terms, would prevent staff or teachers from making someone feel guilty about their race. How does something I say make you feel guilty about your race? Especially if what I'm saying is the truth. What you should have done, white people, was played a different role in the lives of copper-colored people and indigenous people in the United States of America. Then when we actually talk about the real history, you won't feel guilty. You see how that works? You should have played a different role. Now the people want to talk about the role that you played. In the historical relationship between white people and everybody else. And now you don't like the way it sounds. But you're benefiting from it. So if we take race off the table, how are you going to succeed? Because that's really the only way you've been able to succeed. You've been provided space and opportunities simply based on your race. And now you don't want to talk about it when we start talking about the real American history. Oh, okay. That sounds cute. Governor Ron DeSantis, 43, first proposed the bill in December of 2021 amid a debate over critical race theory. Let me say this. What I think about critical race theory, Black people in America, please stop looking to the school system, the American school system with its archaic curriculum, to teach your children about their history. No other group, racial or ethnic group in this country depend on the school system to teach their children about their culture. Ask everybody. Ask the Jewish kids. Ask all the Asian kids. Basically, their parents sending them to the American school system so they won't go to jail, because they know if you don't send your kids to school, your ass can be in jail. But when you come home and on Saturdays and Sundays, you're going to learn about your culture. You're not depending, nobody is depending on the school system to teach their children about race. That's, to me, that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about critical race theory being taught in schools. I don't even know why you would even fight that fight. What? You already know what the school system is giving. Why are you asking them to actually do something correct and to teach about race? No, you teach your children about race. You teach your children about their culture. You get the books. The 1619 Project has so much educational material. If you wanted to start something in your local community where on Saturdays people could come through to the community center and learn about their history, do not depend on a school system in America to teach your children about race. Don't do it. You're fighting a futile fight. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. It says, defined as a group of concepts used to examining the relationship between race and the laws and legal institutions of this country, and especially the United States. Yeah, I do believe that you should, but so the problem is y'all want white people to learn about race. And it's so funny. It's like, how do you tell? They were the ones to actually create the construct, and now they're looking to you to explain it. No, you created the construct so that you can have a leg up. And now you don't want to talk about it. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. In Florida, we are taking a stand against the state-sanctioned racism that is critical race theory. Governor Ron DeSantis said at the time, we won't allow Florida tax dollars to be spent on teaching kids to hate our country or hate each other. We also have a responsibility, but the gag is TikTok has been educating people more than the actual school system. That is the point of community. If you're in a community where the school system is saying we're not teaching you, all right, we have the internet, we have platforms, we have YouTube, we have TikTok, we have all Facebook, we have all these platforms where people can actually sit down and get this information out, and it can be out. I keep saying get this information out because I have 1619 Project stuff over here. Because I was like, you can get it out. If you want to teach your kids, if you want to teach your community, even if you sit on the goddamn internet and read, and that can be the education. It can already be out there. You don't have to depend on, fuck them people. Fuck them people. They don't want nothing for your children anyway. All they're doing is teaching them how to be worker bees anyway. So at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to teach your children about their culture so they can grow up and have some pride in their culture. But again, y'all want white people to understand about Jim Crow and black codes and all this other stuff. They'll know. Keep creating. Somebody will come across it. Keep creating the content. That's all you have to do. Keep creating the content. Educators, set a camera up. Make a YouTube channel dedicated to teaching children or whoever wants to listen about their culture. Stop depending on the school system. I'm telling you, don't do it. That's how I feel. We also have a responsibility to ensure that parents have the means to vindicate their rights when it comes to enforcing state standards. Basically, they don't want to send their white kids to school to learn that their grandfathers and uncles and aunties were completely and utterly, grossly violent to black people for no other reason than for them being black. That's fucking crazy on its head. So they don't want to teach you that. But that's what it was about. It was about nothing else but being black, and how crazy and how malleable of a brain that you have to have in order to accept that someone is beneath you simply based on the color of their skin. Finally, we must protect Florida workers against hostile work environments that is created when large corporations force their employees to endure critical race theory inspired training and indoctrination. Basically, you've already been indoctrinated into this white shit. We don't want to change what you've been indoctrinated to. We don't want to focus on deprogramming the mind on what you've learned or give you new information. Again, people who are educators, get on the damn internet, set up a camera, and start teaching. Start teaching. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, what else is going on? We already talked about Nick Cannon's talk show being canceled. I felt like Nick Cannon's show was an example of a narcissist getting their supply from an audience, from people just being fed a supply from people, harvesting energy. I don't feel that he had any real goal to create a show and a platform where he can actually help people. I feel like Nick Cannon creates environments that can be centered around him. So I'm glad his show was canceled. I'm glad it was canceled. He didn't deserve a platform like that. What else? Okay, hold on. Let me go back. I think that's it. Is that it for our topics? Okay, let's do another video, and we'll be right back. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let me know what you think about my opinions about critical race theory, and this thing, or about, Jussie going to jail for 150 days. Do you think that is excessive? Do you think it's right on time? How do you feel about Jussie? I know y'all gonna tell me how y'all feel. Anyways, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.